Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dat Boy, joined as always by Brendan Ocampo. How's it going, Ocampo?
Feeling pretty good today.
Yeah.
It's a nice new day here in the Monkey Cave Treehouse.
Are you saying that we record these on the day they come out? So, like, we'll record for 15 minutes, and then you'll come over tomorrow, and we'll record for 15 minutes?
Well, yeah,
then...
we got to really engage with the comments. And
every episode of a Let's Play has to read the comments of the previous one? That sounds like the world's worst nightmare.
And we got a pretty good comment on last video, okay?
Oh God, Biggs! I stopped reading the comments a long time ago. But yeah, if you're gonna give me like a Vietnam flashback, please feel free.
There's so many comments, but I did find one that gave me hope for the future of this channel.
Did it say this only made me half want to kill myself?
Yes, actually.
Oh, wow!
So I think
we're
really appealing to those in need. And I think we can really be like a savior for them.
You know, you say that we're appealing, but my dad used to work in grocery.
I don't like this this route you're taking here.
And he had to deal with peels, he had to deal with roots, you know, all these things that we're talking about, you know, in the grocery department. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Can you elaborate on that?
No, he didn't have any ladders. Elaborate? Is that what you said? No, he didn't. That was in a different department. He was working with the food.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know anything about food?
No.
As a professional chef.
I'm a professional chef.
You know, we said that last episode. Some people probably thought it was a joke, but unironically, for a long time, your career was the head chef of a restaurant. That's not a joke, is it? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, we had like 3 Michelin stars because I was so good at what I did.
No, I'm trying to not make a joke here. Did you really have 3 stars?
Yeah.
Do they give stars to a restaurant like that?
Probably not, but the ones I hung on the wall should work.
You just like stuck, like in kindergarten when the teacher gives you a star-shaped golden sticker, you hung those up to make yourself feel better?
Yeah, I saved them from elementary school, and I figured what better time to use them.
I remember in 3rd grade, the teacher, whenever you were good, she would give you, you know, those Tootsie Rolls? How long has it been since you had a Tootsie Roll?
Like a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they still make that shit?
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what a Tootsie Roll is, can you explain? Because some of these kids in the audience, like, they might be eating, like, smartphone candies and shit. Like, Tootsie Rolls are, like, something way from the past.
Imagine you're eating a piece of chocolate, except it's super chewy, like you're eating wax.
Yeah, it's like if a piece of chocolate took a shit, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're eating a chocolate's shit. Well, anyway. In 3rd grade, I thought I was so smart that every time the teacher gave me a Tootsie Roll for being good or whatever the fuck, I didn't eat it. I saved it. This is how I learned my great, you know, I'm such a great a savior. People call me a savior all the time because I'm so good at saving candy.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what they say. So when summer came, you know, you're 3rd grade, I live in the middle of nowhere, I have nothing I can do but sit there at my house and do nothing. But I saved up like 200 pieces of Tootsie Rolls, and I thought, what if I just ate them all at once? And I vaguely recall just put one piece in your mouth, start chewing, put another piece in, never swallow, just continually adding to the giant Tootsie Roll cluster in my mouth. And I think that I wanted to save it, so I had like a giant chewed up glob in my mouth, and I like spit it into a container to save it to finish eating later. Disgusting. I think my mom found it and promptly threw it in the garbage where it belonged.
Speaking of giant globs of chocolate being saved, do you remember...
I'm scared of where this prompt is going. This is the strangest transition I've heard in a long time.
Well, I was just going to talk about the giant mold of Reeses that we used to sit in the parking lot and eat for hours on end. Yeah. And the one time where we left it in the car and it melted into just this disgusting mess of chocolate and peanut butter.
What people have to understand is that I stole a bag of ingredients from an ice cream store, so we just had a giant bag of crushed Reeses. It's not like the individually wrapped cups. It's it's just a sack full of loose Reeses pieces, or not pieces, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was just like chopped up.
So
Reese's.
when it melts together, there's no wrappers or anything. It's just like as big as my head, a giant ball of pure Reese's, just chocolate and peanut butter.
In a big white bag.
Yeah.
So what did we do with that Reese's? Did we throw it out like we probably should have?
I think it ended up getting frozen in our friend's freezer because we thought, you know what, oh, it all melted together. Fine, we'll freeze it back up, and then it'll be easy to consume. I have to imagine.
Super easy.
I think the whole thing ended up in our friend's neighbor's yard. Is that what we did with it? We just threw it.
We pulled it out of the freezer, and it was literally just like imagine in Ed, Ed and Eddie how they have those giant
the jawbreakers
in their mouth. Like imagine that size, but it was just Reese's chocolate and peanut butter. Mm-hmm. And I think I remember like taking a knife and like chopping bits off, like a piece of ice. You just break off pieces.
And bits like on Twitch when people donate, right?
Oh yeah.
How many?
Speaking of, thanks for the egg bit. Whoever just donated that.
Oh no, that was part of the game.
Oh. I'm not used to streaming yet.
Embarrassing. So. No, this is pre-recorded.
Oh.
No, we're not streaming. Remember, you were reading comments from yesterday's video. I don't know how you thought this was a stream.
Wasn't that what those are over there moving?
Don't know comments? What you're pointing at something that they can't see.
Making visual jokes.
Literally pointing at the other monitor like.
Yeah, I see a pretty big joke right now, right there.
So the moral of the story is, just imagine if you got up one morning, you put on your bathrobe, you put on your what are those shoes that people put on?
Yarmulkes?
Yeah, you put on your yarmulkes. You go out to get the newspaper and you see a giant Reese's peanut butter cup as big as your head sitting in your yard.
But on the bright side, you look at your newspaper, the Daily Bugle.
'Cause I'm Mr. Brightside. Is that what you're talking about? That great song?
That's exactly what I was talking
By the
about.
Killers?
Yeah.
Is that Elliot Rodgers' band? He's not really much of a bright side kind of guy, though.
Yeah.
He had a pretty dark side. Dark Side Phil.
Oh, I was thinking of Darkseid from the DC Universe.
Yeah, Dark Side Phil.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah, isn't he a character in DC? There's no way that's a real person, because that's just... It has to be a character, right?
Yeah. With a name like that, I'd imagine he's pretty uplifting, though. I
don't think he's ever lifted in his life.
Did he miss leg day?
He missed every day.
Oh. Why are you killing the dog? You didn't even ask him what's up.
What's up, dog? Oh, I fell for it! That's not even how the joke would be set up. It's like, how would you fall for that?
That was genuinely funny.
Anytime you say that was genuinely funny, I have to assume you're being sarcastic. You've never given me any compliment, ever.
That's not true at all.
Hey, Biggs, you know what? We've been flabbergasting around for quite a bit now. Let's get down to basics, okay? This show has a very serious format, and I think we should bring it back. Old fans might remember this, but nobody will. Back in the day when we did the Mumkey and Big Show Let's Play channel, and each video got like maybe 5 views, 6 views.
If that.
We had a segment on the show inspired by the podcast, The Biggest Problem in the Universe, that Biggs has never listened to, but I was... Oh, fuck! Why?
I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? I was inspired by it, and I wanted to do my own sort of version of it. So on our Let's Play show, we came up with a segment called The Pathetic List, where we would just list off things that we personally find pathetic and then rant about them for, however many minutes.
Yeah, we also decided that we can't include ourselves, so the top 2 slots are open still.
Oh, no, I was going to say the first thing on the list should be us. Like a list of pathetic things.
We talked about this off recording.
I don't remember that.
I mean off stream.
Off stream. No, I'm saying because, they say it takes one to know one. So if we're going to be like holding people's feet to the fire and calling things pathetic, we have to admit we are the most pathetic of them all, and that's why we have the authority here, because we know what is truly pathetic, because that is our everyday lives,
Okay, so number 1 is
Mumkey and Biggs.
Brendan Ocampo and What'd you say your name was at the beginning of this
Well,
one?
technically, because Blaze is very black, his nickname could be Blackie. So we could have Brendan Ocampo and Blackie be on the list somewhere. But I don't think Blaze is that pathetic. He usually gets what he wants. And I'm about to die! Oh, I'm gonna die! I need to get to this dragon so I can save my progress. So anyway, Biggs. So the pathetic list. Da-da-da-da! First entry, Mumkey and Biggs. Okay, tell me why, in a tight five, like you're doing stand-up comedy, why are you and I the most pathetic things in the universe?
Well, have you seen us?
Unfortunately, yes.
That's all I got.
That's it? Okay, let's move on to actually bitching and moaning about other things. Did you have something you wanted to... is there anything that you're really itching to address today during this live stream other than me dying?
Well, there's a lot. I'm trying to narrow it down to what I think would be number 2 on the list.
Well,
So,
they don't have to go in order anymore. Now we can just sort of introduce them.
We're number 1 and everything else is number 2.
Well, I mean, the fans can decide the order, and that's what they did on Biggest Problem, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's really just an opportunity for us to air grievances about things in life that we find pathetic or upsetting.
I mean,
And then people can tell us if we're right or wrong.
I think the first one that came to mind was when we were out eating the other night and these 3 college kids got sat and one of them kept gloating about how he was going for a PhD and then went on to say he was hoping for 80K. That sounds pretty pathetic to me.
Now, is that pathetic in terms of his expectations or pathetic in terms of American society?
His expectations, totally.
So you think he's pathetic that he wants to earn, you said 60 or 80?
80.
He expects to earn at least 80K from earning a...
He was hoping for 80 with a PhD.
So how's that pathetic on him? Isn't that kind of pathetic on the state of American society that would be his hope and dream?
I just think it's pathetic that he's setting his sights so low.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, yes,
did
we
he
could
say,
continue on.
Did you hear what he's planning on getting a PhD in?
I don't know, but the entire night he was just trying to, like, talk down to his friends like he's this almighty being.
None of them should feel superior to anything because the other... we were at Perkins at 2 in the morning for our weekly unlimited pancakes debacle. And, yeah, these probably, 19, 20-year-old college guys sitting at the booth next to us just spouting off memes in I guess the most pathetic way one can. They were like debating amongst themselves, are we normies? I don't know, man. You're kind of a normie. Am I a normie? I don't know, man. What's a normie? And me and Biggs, as professional normie connoisseurs over here, we're sitting here with palm and face. We can't believe what we're hearing. It's like the internet has come to life in the form of a bunch of like obnoxious jocks who are trying to get in on incel meme culture and shit.
It literally just devolved into them saying, this is cringy, that's cringy.
No, Biggs. They never said cringy. They exclusively called things cringe.
Oh, yeah.
They said, bros, this is so cringe. Over and over. They're like looking at like Snapchats, like, bro, look how cringe this Snapchat is. Oh, for a whole hour. We're eating unlimited pancakes.
Okay,
we're there for a long fucking time.
I gotta stop you there, okay? This is where it becomes unbelievable, okay? So we're there for unlimited pancakes, right?
Okay.
I get my first plate. It takes me like roughly 2 seconds to eat the plate. And it takes like 45 minutes for the server to come back.
Yeah.
But in between us listening to them and me waiting for food, I started to feel like waiting and getting another plate was not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Just so I could get away from this table of whatever you want to call it.
So here's what happened. And I didn't want to tell you this because I didn't want to hurt your feelings, but here's what happened. When we walked into Perkins, the waiter saw you, and he's like, oh my God, if he orders the unlimited pancakes, we are fucked. We're going out of business. So what they did, they have 3 actors in the back just for such an occasion. Those people we were sitting next to, they were not real. They were trying to be cringy on purpose to make us want to leave so that you would not get extra pancakes. And it worked. We left after you ate 1 plate.
And you didn't feel the need to tell me this then.
No, because I also wanted to leave.
It was just that bad.
I wasn't that hungry. And I knew with you, we'd probably be there till the next day.
Well, I mean, we were already there that day, so unless you meant like another 24 hours.
Yeah, no.
Well, 22 hours.
You know, we'll figure this out next time on Mumkey and Biggs.